Alright guys, welcome back. So we're going to talk about how to get the most out of your ballet virtual classes. So if you are interested in how to progress quickly, keep on watching. I've been teaching ballet virtually since March, and I've noticed that there are certain students who are really taking to it and progressing as if they're still in the studio. And here are some of the things that they're doing. So number one is that they're giving the maximum amount of information that they can possibly give. They're making sure that there's plenty of space above their head as well as space below their feet as well and all around them. They're also in a well-lit room. If you're like me, I kind of live in a little bit of a cave. I live in a building where I'm on the first floor, and the building right next to me is also very tall. So we don't get very much natural light in here, so I have to use a lot of ring lights, a lot of artificial lights, just so that students and instructors can see me. But I notice that every time I take a class or even giving a class, I'm always the most well lit. And especially like I notice when I take a class, being the most well lit automatically gets the teacher to give me corrections right away. So if you're really looking to improve, make sure that you are well lit enough so that the teacher can see everything that's happening in your body right away. I noticed that as a teacher too, my eye is drawn to the box that I can see the best. So although I only teach small groups now, so I do small groups and private lessons, but even still, like having the most amount of light really helps light up. Well, it helps the teacher get as much information as possible. That being said, consider adding a second device. Now, especially with my private lessons, I've noticed that students who use more than one device, when we're especially doing bar work, progress very quickly, like very, very quickly. My favorite setup is to have one camera or one device so that they're facing profile, and then the second device so that they're facing on flat or on face, or however you want to say it. I can see them straight on, basically. Now, if they only have one device, my favorite angle is going to be profile. I just prefer profile, and then I'll have them change to on face or straight on once we're a little bit further within the exercises. Number three, yes, you can go to the restroom. Just give me the restroom symbol if you're in a small group. I understand. Go ahead, just do this, go and come back and, continue on with class. Also, don't be afraid to use sign language. Yes, maybe, no. Just remember that. So if I say, hey guys, how are you feeling? Give me a thumbs up. Give me an okay. Give me a thumbs down if something's not going right or if you're in any pain. Number four, make sure that you have, and this is specifically for ballet, make sure that you have a bar or chair that is close to your height. You can go to the Goodwill that's down the street from your place, I'm guessing, if you're in the more metropolitan area, and find chairs that are really cheap that reach the height. So if you don't have a bar and you're not willing to invest, because a bar right now will run you about $200, like a decent bar, go ahead and get a chair. Now, if you do want to invest into a bar, I highly, 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 highly suggest getting one that adjusts. I have an adjustable bar, and it is great because when I do point work, I grow another like 8 inches. So I need as much range as I can get on my bar, and then that way things aren't too out of whack. So you want to be able to have an adjustable bar. With the chair, you can always weigh it down with something that's a little bit heavy to make sure that you're nice and stable. So you want to save your link and password in your calendar. So when you're planning for your classes, so let's say you take a ballet class every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m., you're going to save the link for that class, save the password for that class, put an alert on for that class right before. I would say some people do 5 minutes, some people do 10 minutes, whatever your preference is. Just get there early. That way the notification will drop down right before the class starts. You can press yes and enter the class. Keep your camera off until you're all set up, and then be early for class because teachers love that. You also want to make sure that you're in a place that's quiet, and if it's not quiet enough, get some wireless headphones and put yourself on mute. It's really distracting if there's too much surrounding noise, so just having the headphones wireless especially will help you stay concentrated and focused in class. Okay, so this last one is definitely more for teachers than it is students, but students can also use this as well, which is using the AirPlay function on your TV. So you want to use the biggest and best screen that you have access to. And if you have access to a TV that has the AirPlay function, that you can just put the instruction or the class right on the screen so you can see everybody in a lot larger size, it will help a lot. So yeah, just using the AirPlay function will help to see everybody more clearly, especially for teachers. I know I use it a lot when I was teaching like medium-sized classes, although like I said, I have switched to only teaching small groups and private lessons at this point. But the note still applies, like being able to see your students, or being able to see a teacher fully demonstrate everything is very helpful when it comes to getting the most out of your virtual ballet class. All right, so that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you use these tips to help you progress even at home, and hopefully we'll be able to see each other soon and dance together and smile and maybe even hug. I don't know if hugs are going to be ever a thing again. All right, well, I'll see you next time. Bye.